Welcome to the online English class. My dear students, how are you? Expecting you are very well at your home. As usual, I am Muhammad Hassan, lecturer in English, Rani Bhavani Government Women's College, Natur. Our today's topic of discussion or learning outcome is the right form of verb. So we'll discuss the right form of verb. Actually, we are going to prepare ourselves the right form of verb. The verbs are the most variable element of the sentences. The right form of verb encompasses or covers most of the grammatical rules of English language. Every element of a sentence eventually relates to the verb. The verbs appear differently in a sentence on the basis of their subjects, tenses, moods, voices, different structures and modals. So we know in a sentence there are many words. They are called parts of speech. All parts of speech are eventually related to the verb. And the structure of verb or the form of verb, what we see in appearance, what we look in appearance, the form of verb, it may vary, it may change due to the the form of verb depends on the structures of subjects, tenses, moods, voices and modals. The form of verb may vary or it may change due to the subjects, tenses, moods, voices, different structures and modals. Actually, in the first column we have shown the forms of verb. We have present form or the basic form of verb. We have past form, we have past participle form, present participle form, gerundial form, infinitive form. In the example, this will make you clear. Do is a verb, work is a verb, love is another example of verb. These are the present form or the basic structure of verb. In respect of past form, we write did, worked, loved. In respect of past participle, we see done, worked, loved. And the present participle form are doing, working, loving. And gerundial form also the similar, doing, working, loving. And in respect of infinitive form, we will look the same verb in this way: to do, to work, to have. So the structure of infinitive is 2 plus base form of verb. In respect of be verbs, present form, we will see am, is, are. Past forms are was, were. Past participle form is been. Present participle form is being. There is no gerundial form of be, and in case of infinitive form, we will write to be. The situation of have verbs in this case is like present form have, past form had, past participle form had, present participle form having, there is no gerundial form, and infinitive form is to have. Have, has, had, these three words are used as have verb. So my dear students, these are the forms, the way we see. How does it look like? A special note for you, this is very much important. Participles, either it is present participle or past participle, infinitives and gerunds, these three status of verb do not work as the verb in a sentence. Gerunds work as nouns, but participles and infinitives work as adjectives or adverb. This is very much important and you must keep this in your mind. Participles, infinitives and gerunds do not work as the verb in a sentence. Gerunds work as nouns, but participles and infinitives work as adjectives or adverb. As per rule or step by step, we will discuss the topic, the right form of verb. First rule is subject verb agreement. If the verbs are customarily followed by the subjects and they must agree with the subjects according to their number and person. My suggestion is to you all that please see the rules of subject verb agreement and don't be worried about, we will discuss this in our following classes. So the basic thing is this regarding subject verb agreement. If the subject is singular, the verb must be singular. If the subject is plural, verb must be plural. And depending upon the subject, we must keep this in our mind about the numbers and persons of the subject. If the subject is third person, then we add s or es in verb. These will be the rules regarding subject verb agreement, and in our following class we will discuss the rules regarding subject verb agreement. Rule 2. The variability of the verb or the change of verb mostly depends on different tenses of the sentences. A form of verb depends on the time the action have been performed. This is the definition of tense. See the structures and details of present tense, past tense and the future tense. So my dear students, you know tense is subdivided into 12 sections. In present tense we have present indefinite tense, continuous tense, perfect tense and perfect continuous. In respect of past tense, past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. And in case of future tense we have future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. So depending upon the tense, the time an action has been performed. our form of verb may vary, may change. So we must know the rules of tense too. If we want to be skilled in right form of verb, if we want to be skilled in the right form of verb, we must know subject verb agreement. If I say Mr. Rahman is a good student, it is singular. The subject is singular. So the verb is singular here, is. Mr. Rahman and Mr. Rohim are good students. Subject is plural, Mr. Rahman and Mr. Rohim. The verb is also plural, are. So like this way, there are numerous examples, there are numerous rules. Before going to the details, we must know the rules of subject-verb agreement. We must know the rules of tenses, and you must stay home and you must study these at home before we go to the details of the right form of the verbs. Rule number 3, the verbs are also related to the structures of different sentences and clauses. A clause has only one verb, only one finite verb or the main verb. In fact, a clause cannot contain more than one finite verb but can have participles, infinitives and gerunds. So, a clause must have a finite verb or main verb, and apart from that we can have participles, we can have infinitives and gerunds, but there must be a finite verb or main verb. Examples will make you clear. I wanted to go to the wedding. This is a sentence, and in this sentence want or wanted is the main verb and to go is the example of infinitive. Swimming is a good exercise to keep your body fit and healthy. Swimming is the gerundial form. Is the main verb. To keep is the example of infinitive. So in this sentence we have a main verb, that is swimming. Swim is a verb but swimming is gerund. Swimming is gerundial form. To keep is the form of infinitive. So there must be a single main verb and we can have gerund, infinitive and likewise participles can come. In the third example, pray for the departed. Pray is the main verb and departed is the past participle form. Don't get down from a running bus. Get is the main verb here and running is the present participle. So from all these examples we have understood that in a sentence we must have a finite verb or main verb, and apart from that we can have participles, we can have infinitive, we can have gerund. So my dear students, our today's class is to instruct you how to prepare ourselves to the details of the right form of verb. This was a lecture for our preparation. Before going to the details of the right form of verb, we must learn the structures of tense, the structures of subject verb agreement, the rules of subject verb agreement. We must know the rules of moods, the rules of clause or voice, and if we understand all these matters, we will be skilled in application of the right form of the verb. This is a diverse topic and it is related to many other grammatical rules of English language. So my dear student, in our next class we will discuss subject verb agreement. Study at your home. It will make you understand the class better. So thank you very much. My suggestion is to you, please stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much for your patience.